A very good morning to everyone. I am Shipra Banerjee, Assistant Professor of Brainware University, Barashat, West Bengal. Today I will be taking the class on lipid metabolism. We are taking the class of biochemistry for the first year, second semester. We are entering into the unit 3 of the first class. So lipid metabolism. This was discussed earlier, but now again I am just repeating here. See, first of all, we should know what we will be discussing here. Fatty acid, glycerol, like this. So whatever the fat and fatty acid we are taking, they are taken up by the cells. They may serve as the precursor in synthesis of other compounds. Then they are the fuels for energy production. They are the substance for ketone body synthesis. They will be doing the ketone bodies and that may be exported to other tissues used for energy production. Next, some cell also synthesize fatty acid for storage or export. So the fatty acids are the energy containing globules and they are used for the storage of different blood and lipids. Now energy. Fats are important source of calories. Typically 30 to 40% of calories in American diet are from fat. But we, the Indians, are generally dependent on the glucose or the carbohydrate fat. Fat is the major form of energy storage. Typically body fuel reserves are fat like 1 lakh kilocalorie, proteins are 25,000 kilocalorie, carbohydrates are 650 kilocalorie and provide 60% of energy needs for body at rest. Whenever we are in a rest condition or whenever we are in a starving condition, the fatty acids are in the form of TAG, that is the triacyl glycerol, will be enable someone to survive starvation for near about 30 days. So if any people consume fats and stored in adipose tissue, they will be stored as a triacyl glycerol. That means 3 acyl group will be there with the glycerol molecule and they will be storing the energy for 30 days. Now, digestion and absorption of lipids. Though 98% of the ingested lipids are triacyl glycerol. First of all, digestion occurs at the mouth and enzymes are aqueous, so they have little effects on lipids. Now, digestion in the stomach. There causes a large physical change and the lipids are charged into droplets. Next, they are known as the chyme or chyme. So, in the first slide, you can see the triacyl glycerol structure where you can see the CH2OH, whereas the OH is replaced with a different chain of fatty acid. See, this is the eosinoic acid, this is the oleic acid and this is the uric acid. So this is the structure of a triacyl glycerol. Next, see, this is the diagram where stimulation occurs by the green sign and inhibition occurs by the red sign. So in the liver, the digestion of lipids are going whenever they are completely digested in the pancreatic juice. So in the stomach, you can start here. The acid forms the lipid into chyme, then they are converted into the intestine, whereas the pancreatic juice will be helping to digest the lipid and there are some hormone, that is secretin, who will be helping to digest. In here, the some of the chyme is also digested with the bile and lastly there will be formation of a micelle and that will be going to the intestine wall epithelial cell and they will be going to the pancreatic cells. And there are some enzymes, that is the enterogastrin, who will be inhibiting the synthesis. Now gastric lipase begins action its lipids. So near about 10% triacyl glycerol are hydrolyzed in the stomach. Now chyme stimulate cholecystokinin, that is a CCK you can see, to release the bile from gallbladder, where bile is an emulsifier who will be emulsifying the lipids. Now the pancreatic lipase PL enzyme hydrolyzes the insoluble triacylglyceride by binding to the bile salt myceli. So they will be forming a myceli, while bile salt and triacylglyceride will be forming a myceli. So TAG are partially hydrolyzed to 3 fatty acid and energy linkage are hydrolyzed are released. So they will be converting into the monoacyl glycerol, and from 1 triacyl glycerol it will be converted to 3 glycerol and 3 acyl group will be liberated. Okay, up to this I am ending here. We will be continuing in the next class.